Is there an intro?
Well, let me tell you something, brother. My name is Charles Kahn. I am the internet's greatest supervillain, the masked bastard. With me, as always, is the lovely Dojangles.
Hey, what's up?
And this is Real Weird Sickos, coming to you live from Weirdsville, Sicko Town, USA. I didn't have to write that down. I had it memorized. It's in my head. And with us is special guest WillyMac.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, Charles. Nice to meet you. Do.
What's going on?
How you doing, WillyMac?
It's been a while.
I owed you guys after I completely forgot and just let you.
Sure, the ghosting.
He showed up. So like, what happened like a couple of weeks ago? Like he showed up like literally like right after we were done recording. We just decided to record, and he showed up, and he actually like he felt really, really bad. Like we've had a couple people like kind of not show up before.
Mm-hmm. The ghostings.
We've been ghosted, I think, like 2 other times, but actually totally
ghosted. We had Eddie
ghosted.
Murphy, he ghosted us. We had Kanye West ghosted
God
us.
damn it.
We had
Cosby ghosted us.
Bill
that
Cosby
last one might be a good decision.
We had, Pete Davidson, he ghosted us. He was trying to get with Jen, I think. I think that's what he was up to. He's one of those guys.
He's on the market again.
Pete Davidson has AIDS.
Is he? They aren't dating anymore?
He and Kim broke up this week.
Oh, I had no idea. Dude, this has been a crazy week. What's crazier, Pete Davidson single or Trump is, in trouble for stealing FBI documents or whatever?
Oh, listen.
Yeah, a lot of people getting swatted. Keffels got swatted this week.
Yeah, dude, this has been kind of a crazy
Dick
week
Masterson.
for shit that isn't really YouTube
day.
drama.
Yeah, I know. There's non-YouTube drama and there's actual like YouTube drama that like went down. But actually, like before that, when it comes to people getting swatted, I don't really look at it as YouTube drama. That's actually pretty serious shit.
I look at it as like a crime was committed. Like
you fake
narked on somebody to try to get them hurt because the cops. Yeah. It doesn't matter what country you're in. The cops are always really gung ho, ready to kick indoors and shoot dogs and shoot children and people. Like they don't care. They're cops. What do they care?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's definitely like a super fucked up crime, but. No, people say it's not YouTube drama to try and emphasize. It's like, oh, it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. Well, it's like shit, dude. We're all talking about it. It's something. We got to call it something.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
And if it can happen to the president of the United States, Donald Trump, then it can happen to anybody. He got swatted. Keffels got swatted. Dick got swatted. Tim Pool got swatted.
Dick got swatted like 2 weeks ago, or did he get swatted again?
Was it 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
3 weeks ago is when Dick got swatted. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah. Like people are just kind of like Medicare got swatted around that same time. It was like him and Medicare and like Dick got swatted probably within like 2 days of each other or something.
I didn't know Medicare got swatted.
Yeah.
I wonder if somebody listening has no idea what a swatting is. It's where somebody calls say I call the cops on WillyMac and say, oh, hey, listen, WillyMac has just killed my friend Dojangles, his wife, and he's got a gun. You better like bring the whole SWAT team out for him. And then a friggin' SWAT team just shows up to your house, ready to kick in the door and shoot everybody.
I mean, people have died by swatting.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Like Kim caught the one dude.
There was a guy, there was some kind of argument on a video game, and a guy gave his old address or something. And then that guy swatted him, but it wasn't his address. And the dude inside the house was just like a family man in the middle of the night. And when the cops showed up, he started, shooting because, guys kicking into his door in the middle of the night. Like people have been killed. I think the cops killed that dude. Like that, at that point, now those guys have committed a murder and need to go to jail for a long time.
Well, that's the thing. You never hear about these guys going to jail. There's like 3 people that I remember, or 1 person that I really know of. I don't really know if the other people have gone to jail.
I just can't believe that the police stations.
Do you know who called it in on Keffels?
It's just expected to be some Kiwi Farms person.
Yeah, it's always Kiwi Farms.
Yeah, like Kiwi Farms and 4chan are just the easiest thing to just blame. I mean, I think it's very likely Kiwi Farms because they had her docs on there, and they really hate Keffels.
I think Kiwi Farm has pretty much like everybody's docs on there. I mean, at this point, it's kind of, but like as far as it being drama, I think there's the actual event itself, and then there's everything that's after that, and then it's everybody arguing because it's like right now, it's kind of like the quartering is kind of dancing on the grave of what happened.
Did you actually watch the Quartering's video on that? I never actually did, but his thumbnail seemed and title seemed sus.
Yeah, his thumbnails are very aggressive.
What was it? My enemy got arrested.
Yeah, my biggest critic got arrested or some shit like that.
Calling her fat after she's been swatted like that. That son of a bitch bastard.
Did Jeremy of all people call her fat?
He doesn't need to be calling anybody fat. Why is that? Why is that? Okay, but like, why is that like a thing on the internet? What is this fat on fat crime that I constantly see?
I know, it's always fat on fat crime. Really?
Codename Lardass.
Yeah, that community needs to come together and then they could just bully everybody, you know? The fat people can be the offensive for once. But there's too much infighting.
You know what, though? I kind of feel like as far as like commentary itself, I think there's like the drama commentary shift is coming a little bit, where I think some of the people that have been around for a while it might transition into something else. And I kind of feel like the new crowd is also going to come in because there's always kind of like a refresh in a way. And I kind of feel like that's coming.
I feel like it's already happened. You know, like look at Turkey Tom. When was the last time he stirred drama?
He's been really...
All he does is make like internet history videos, you know, and he's crushing it. So it's like good for him. But at the same time, it's like, man, that was like one of our biggest commentators now gone, you know?
I think he kind of knows because I think as far as like this end of like the drama commentary genre, I think you're gonna hit a wall and you're not going to be able to kind of grow past like certain niche dramas that only parts of communities care about. So I think he's doing the smart thing, I think, but I don't think everybody has the ability to do that.
What always bothered me was that it feels like they're always circling the same stuff. So one guy's like, hey, have you heard about this thing? Dojangles farted on Willie Mac. And then everybody else has to go make the Dojangles farted on Willie Mac video.
I would never listen. I've been a pretty big fan of Willie Mac since like maybe like 2018.
Really that long? Yeah, that's a long time.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Would you ever transition or would you ever?
Yeah, would you become a woman, Willie?
I think, well, absolutely. Give me some big old biddies, and I'll definitely be feeling good. But I think right now with the current algorithm, it clearly does not like drama. You know, like it's okay to cover drama, but for that to be the only thing your channel does, I mean, look at Keem. Keem's just abandoned drama alert. He doesn't upload anymore. He just goes on Snapchat, right? Like, So I don't think the current algorithm likes that shit very much. I do think it must peg you in some way. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't talk about drama stuff, but I do think when you get to a certain size where you maximize where you're at kind of in the moment, you're encouraged to go and do different shit. You just are. And I've definitely thought about expanding into just like testing new shit every now and then. That's why I wanted to do like a little weekly show with Salvo and see what's up with that.
I can't wait for all that.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see where it goes. I don't know what it'll evolve into.
There's been a few guys that have gotten in front of me that I'm like, man, I really love this dude. I love everything he's doing. This guy cracks me up. And Salvo is one of those guys.
Oh, he's super funny.
Salvo goes so hard.
Before we shift topics,
cannot put Salvo over hard enough, man. So funny, so good.
Dude, that guy is like one of the funniest dudes and best people alive. Like he's really fucking
goes so hard.
So nice.
Goes so hard.
So nice behind the scenes. Like when you talk to him, he's just like this.
Jen. He's a son of a bitch bastard behind the scenes.
He's the biggest
He sends
sweetheart.
me mean slurs every day. Calls me a turtle green skin bastard.
And I think with you, Willie, because you've done like skit things in the past, and you're really, really good at it. So that's why
I don't think I'm good at it at all. I got to get better at that shit. But I mean, the only way you get better is by doing it, right?
Right.
Yeah, I do think that you're good at it. So it's basically like you can transition, from this particular, end of commentary if you wanted to. Some people don't have that ability to do that though. And I'm not going to say names because I don't want to shit on anybody. And it's not that it's like a bad thing. Some people just aren't built for other things or to, kind of like transition out of things.
I feel like everybody's always evolving. If you're not evolving, if you're not changing, if you're not trying to improve, then you're stagnating. Then you've hit a point where you're like, I'm content with my content. I'm just going to do the same old shit.
There's like evolving, and then there's like completely transitioning into something else. Everybody will naturally evolve as their content, like, you know, as they grow up and they get a little bit older, everybody will kind of like evolve in that way. But to kind of do like a gradual transition into something else is not something that a lot of people can do.
Yeah, it's like finding that thing too is like half of it, you know, like what else am I interested in that appeals to a wider audience than what I'm currently doing that I could go like fucking try and do? And it's like, I don't even know, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not
maybe
sure.
Maybe just turn into one of those, the guys that do trick shots. You just become a trick shot guy.
But Willie
just
has
you start
always been able
throwing
to
ping pong balls around your house into things, like creating elaborate Rube Goldberg machines for crazier and crazier trick shots.
Yeah, I'll go be a science channel.
Hey, what up?
Always been able to you've always been able to kind of like really kind of get into the nitty gritty of some of the drama, not really be involved yourself, but have your opinion and have it be really vocal and fair and balanced, and have people just absolutely disagree with you. And for the most part, you're not like totally losing your shit and losing yourself in it. And I think there's some people that can't do that. They can't kind of separate taking it really personally and kind of, okay, but this is my opinion and this is what it is. And then you don't have anything.
So
they do
fucking mad, dude, about like somebody will have like a different opinion, like Sen. Do you know who Sen is?
Yeah, I know.
All right, Sen's a shitlord, no doubt about it, right?
He
like
is.
this guy's a complete
I like
shitter.
Sen.
He has the worst opinions ever. In my honestly, what like 80% of the time to me, right? He disagrees with me. He's got a million videos on me, right? He's got a bunch of videos on Augie too or whatever. When he disagrees with me and he calls me an idiot and a retard and all that shit, it's like, well, that's the internet. Like, I'm not going to sit there and be mad at Sen over it. And so many people do. You know, so many people get so mad.
And he just kind of laughs. And I don't know. How old is Sen?
Dude, I don't know. I think he's 23 or something.
I feel like he's young. He might be younger than that. Like people get really mad at this really much smaller channel.
It's okay to get dunked on because that's literally what we do all the time.
Yeah.
It's okay.
They can't do it. And it's funny because it's like when I see tweets of people kind of like calling people like that out, it's like, it's not that I'm mad, but it's like, but it obviously got under your skin to where you've been talking about it for 4 days. I see a lot of that. I see a lot of,
well, it's like big YouTubers too. Like Actman was like even like streaming Sen's content and reacting to it. And I'm like, bro, like what?
That was a dark time for poor Actman.
I'm like, dog, this is so unnecessary.
They do. It's kind of like, I don't know. I think that's, people are going to disagree with you and you just have to kind of just let it go. And if you find yourself in a drama, some people want to keep it going for the obvious reasons, especially when there's nothing going on. They'll keep like a little nothing going for fucking like a week. It's like, is this still going on? But
I'm all about it getting real petty. Like I that's where I think a lot of people don't understand me. I love when it gets petty and pathetic and all that. Like
do too.
That's the fucking best. Like I love when it's really fucking stupid. Like it could be like this guy fucking was supposed to come let my dog out 3 days and I came home and there was shit on the floor and he didn't clean. Like I love all the stupid shit. Like what's the
That's why I thought the whole like mango road trip shit
here's
was
a question
so
I have.
funny.
Yeah, or like the flamenco shit I think is pretty funny.
What's the difference between spilling the tea and drama?
It's the same thing.
That's what I thought.
Same thing. It's commentary is tea for boys. So you have like
that's what it feels like.
You go to McDonald's. And they have like the girl toy and the boy toy.
Yep.
It's commentary.
Barbie, a little Barbie, and a little Hot
Wheels. You order a Happy Meal. If you get it for girls, it's tea.
The only reason there's a difference is because somewhere along the lines, the quote unquote tea channels, it became like a meme on like the makeup side of the community to refer to drama as tea. That's the only reason it's different.
That's the tea, sis.
Yeah,
I feel like it's sort of like when casino gambling became the gaming industry. It's a much neater, like better marketing slogan. Like you can say, "Oh, I don't work in gambling. I'm in gaming." When really it's still gambling.
Petty drama. People complain about petty drama. but it gives them something to talk about.
Aren't you like, this is a
bitch-
breath of fresh air? It's like, thank God nobody's touching kids this week. Like, thank God, I love the petty shit. I like when it's really personal. It's like 3 weeks ago on this podcast, he said I was an asshole. Now I'm going to roast your mom. Like, I love that shit. It's so funny.
Yeah, like nobody's doxing somebody. Nobody's touching a kid. Nobody's getting rape allegations.
Yeah.
It's just the shit.
I walked in and there was shit on the floor. There was shit on my floor. Who shit on my floor? Willie Mac was supposed to clean up after the dog, but the dog had shit on my floor.
That's the best. Like, or like the flamenco stuff where he was mad because Salvo paid Mike the Bike $50 to make a pedo song.
Was so funny. God, I love Salvo.
Just so fucking funny. It's so
Why
dumb.
would he do that?
He called it. Like Flamenco called into RFC because RFC came back last night.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what it is that he wanted. Like, I guess he wanted like Augie to say he felt bad or he was not say. I don't know what his point was. So they were going around in circles for probably like a good 30 minutes. And it was just Flamenco.
Were they arguing or was he just like on?
He came on. I don't remember because I didn't catch the beginning of that call. It was pretty much like the end of like the whole stream, I think. And he called in to ask him something. And they were just like, he's like, well, now you're just being smug. Now you're just not taking me seriously. And he's like, well, I didn't care about the song. I didn't care about all that, the pedophile song. I don't care about anything.
About it.
But it's like he says he doesn't care, but he's obviously there, so he cares. So that's kind of like, that's the gist of like what goes on. People say they don't care, but they just desperately don't want you to say anything bad about them.
He'd honestly be for the bet. Like, I've had shit where it's impossible to be doing the online shit and not have some of the criticism get to you eventually. You just gotta like, all right, fucking at some point when you're done saying your piece, and now it's been like 2 months, I feel, with the flamenco shit, a month at least, you just gotta be like, all right, I'm gonna fucking move on from this because I have not added anything to it.
You mean just take the L and move on?
Just take the fucking L. You don't have to own up to anything if you don't want to. Just move the fuck on though. Yeah.
Yeah. People don't know how to move on from things, but I kind of... So what's actually been the best drama this year for you?
The best drama this year. I mean, the Quantum TV stuff was pretty good. Because it's like there's some serious stuff with like copyright striking, and then it's also hilarious because he's like vegans can't be homophobic.
Or something.
Yeah, so there's like some definite clownery going on there.
Yeah, definitely.
Does he not realize that Adolf Hitler was a vegan?
You can't possibly know that, was he?
Oh, he was. Oh, listen, if anybody knows it, it's me. That guy, I've watched a lot of the History Channel in the 90s.
He was like, he had a shit fetish,
dude, all vegans are basically Nazis. What is going on with that?
That's what we've come to the conclusion of. All vegans are essentially Nazis, spreading Nazism, telling everybody what they can and can't eat. They take dairy products and just ship them off on trains to never be eaten again. It's very awful what the vegans are doing.
Yeah, the vegans are fucked up. I like the John Swan one too, just because it's just
your video was good.
There was your
cam video was so good on that. I loved it.
There was something so fucking poetic about this fucking guy, dude. All this time later, like what, a year later, 2 years later, 2 years later, being like, I'm still pissed at this kid. I'm still gonna fuck this kid up. Here's a new kid. Like everything about it was just so nuts, man.
Do you think he's gonna come back again?
Yeah. I don't think it's easy to leave this because it's really fun and it's good. And I think honestly, he can come back. He just needs to grow the fuck up. Like John apparently is only 20.
He's a young dude.
20
apparently
right now?
He's only 20 right now. Yeah.
I thought he was younger than that. I thought he was like 19.
Been 20. Then he's been 20 for like fucking 4 years.
He's lied about his age for me forever. For fucking ever. Since I met him 5 years ago. He's lied about his age to me.
Oh my God. Like he was always like the thing I always like said about him is he was always really like, if I needed help with something, he always helped me.
Mm-hmm.
And he was always cool to me. Like, and I'm one of those like, I treat people, I treat people the way that they treat me, and that's how I'll kind of go off on that. But it was like months later when a lot of people were trying to bury him, I got screenshots of him just mad shit talking me. And I was like, after he was in my DMs, like completely like, oh, that video was so good, like sucking me off and everything for no reason. And I'm like, and then I found out he's like mad shit talking, and I was like, I don't know why I'm surprised at this.
Oh, he shit talks fucking everybody. I'm
Like,
pretty
this is
sure like
John
everybody in that group chat has been shit. Fucking Jeff Huffman is like one of the nicest dudes ever that doesn't say anything controversial. Has been shit talked in John Swan's group chat with his army of 15-year-olds.
I know, it's like they're all like, but that's all he has left. He just has like an army of children.
He doesn't even
left.
have that left anymore. He's just got like,
That's
hey,
gone.
yeah, which by the way, if he's
threw them all under the bus.
yeah, why would he still want to be hanging out with that fucking guy, dude? I have no clue. He's just such a good friend. You don't even live in the same continent. Like, what do you mean?
I just don't think he gave himself like enough time. I think when he did do like a little comeback, like he wasn't pulling the same views as he was before. So he just got really like jaded on that and was like, oh, fuck that. I'm done.
I wonder if
Like, that's it,
Swan
it's
could
dead.
rebrand. If he just
He
comes
can.
back as like John Bird.
No, I think he's talented enough where he can do something else.
That's what I'm
John
saying.
Swan
Is
needs
he
to get
comes
to
back,
the point
but he's
where
not.
he doesn't think he's the smartest man in the room.
Yeah,
He's
he
not
needs
John
some-
Swan
he
anymore.
needs
You
some
know, he's
humble
just
pie.
somebody else. He's just John.
Yeah. Like to this day, I guarantee he thinks he's a victim in all of this. I
He's a
guarantee.
victim of circumstance.
I don't even know why he didn't even do anything here.
Dude, he apologizes for shit and then immediately is like we'll go into group chats being like, yeah, I don't know why the fuck people are mad at me. It's like, bro, you just called an 18-year-old a pedo for talking to a girl like I was, what, 3 years younger than him?
Oh,
4
God,
years,
I'm
whatever
so
it was.
I am so tired of this because that makes two people. That's two people that he fucked over like that.
Like, people don't understand, like, the fucking, like, all right, and when you're in high school, yeah, you guys probably have more interest. You're more interested in the same things than you're not at that age.
Yeah.
You know, you're probably still interested in the same movies. You might be on the same sports teams. You might be playing the same fucking sports. You might be in the same electives, have the same lunch, same friends, like all that shit. So, and we act like it's such a foreign concept. Like, I used to work in schools, right? This is a while ago. This is like 3 years ago. And every prom I would be at for when I was working,
Mm-hmm.
there was always a freshman dating a senior. And never was it like, call the fucking police. It's like, dude, that just
They're in high
happens
school.
every school across the whole fucking country I've been to. I've never been to one school where that hasn't been the thing.
I
You know?
agree.
It's
And-
really
and not-
weird that
it's-
they put the freshmen right there with the seniors, and it's like, well, what are they? Are they not supposed to ask out those freshman girls? They probably shouldn't.
So are you supposed to break up with somebody as soon as they turned 18? Like,
Well,
okay,
it's just
say,
as
say,
long as
say
it's
you're
not
dating somebody in high
predatory.
school and you're 17 and they're 19 and they just started college, but you're 17 and in high school. Does that make you a pedophile? Absolutely not. Get a life. Like, get
Yeah.
a fucking life. Come on.
It's just fucking ridiculous, man. Like there's got to be a degree. There's got to be something there that makes it fucking predatory. Like the fucking. I will always go back to the fucking Zero thing because that
Yeah.
girl was a huge fan of Zero. Katie was a huge fan of Zero. Showed no sexual interest in him, and he would constantly try and goat her into being sexual with him. And she'd just be like, "Well, I just want to be like your friend. I'm just a big fan." You know, and she's 5 years younger than him. You know, so to me, I look at that, I'm like, this is kind of fucking predatory. This is grooming, you know?
I kind of think as far as I think that there's a lot of people who really want to make things like even Ethan Ralph, like somebody was actually trying to like out Ethan Ralph as it like yesterday, and they were releasing DMs that were like big nothing. Like he actually wasn't like sexual with her at all, and it was like, come on, man. Like, this
What
is
did
just
Ethan
getting
Ralph do?
ridiculous.
What is the allegation there?
Some girl said that he was talking to her before she was 18 and he knew that she was 17, but she released a bunch of DMs and none of them were even remotely sexual or weird.
Yeah, they just try and reach for it, like try and
And
expose
it
everyone
was kind
for
of
it.
like, all right, y'all are going to make me defend Ethan Ralph, and that's kind of fucked up. Like, I didn't do anything.
Dude,
in this
with that guy, the
situation.
amount of false shit he says, I'm not even gonna fucking be there to back this dude ever.
Oh,
I
I
fucking
didn't
do
say
not
anything,
like
but
him.
it was just kind of like, at this point, it was just kind of like, you know what? Like, this is actually getting kind of stupid, you know? But it is kind of like, I mean, there are people who actually do behave kind of stupid. And it's not necessarily like predatory, but you could just say, like, dude, stop.
Stop meeting people online. Fucking everybody needs to just fucking stop. Go meet somebody in real life. Like, go.
If you happen to meet
go to the
somebody
store or something. I don't know.
Meet somebody in a real life situation where you're not planning on it. Like, people don't know this, but like, I didn't meet we didn't talk online. That's not how it happened. We met in a real life situation. It was like, all right, cool, we hit it off. Let's go.
Yeah, stop Ubering your fucking groceries. You know, stop getting Uber Eats.
You want to start hanging out in like the Hot Topics and bookstores.
Hot Topic, you're gonna find a girl that's gonna chop your dick off.
You think that's what's gonna happen?
Like go fucking
the record store. There's still record stores.
All these incels in our goddamn community are like, oh, you just want to find a nice girl. It's like, go volunteer or something, bro. It's free. Go fucking volunteer. Go find that girl. Like, what are you doing?
Here's the problem. A lot of the community incels, they'll call girls ugly that, clearly like aren't ugly, and they just get so fucking mad.
Yeah, I feel like that's just the thing to do to try and just piss people. Like, if you're trying to piss a girl off, that's like such an easy thing to do. Like Leafy with Pokemon. He's just trying to piss off all the simps to call her like a 2 out of 10 or whatever, even though clearly like she's not a bad looking girl at all.
Oh,
right?
Exactly.
Here we go, Willie. Now we're gonna get into it because I think Pokimane is less than a 2 out of 10.
Less.
Really? Why? Explain.
Have you not seen her without the makeup? Oof.
So what is Foodie Beauty then? If Pokimane's a 1?
Yeah.
Do you know who Foodie Beauty is?
I don't know.
Beauty's she's a
yeah. She's the lady that like eats like a whole. She's Nikocado avocado, but she's a woman.
She's a black. Okay, but the thing about Nikocado is that like he's fat, but like this bitch's life is an actual fucking train wreck.
Yeah, Nikocado's his whole life is in ruins, but it's a complete show. Like it's all fucking planned, right?
I don't know what's going on. That guy, whenever I see clips and things, I'm in meme world, so there's a lot of Nikocado. I can't say his goddamn name. The fat bastard who eats stuff.
Yeah,
and cries. Nikocado avocado. Jesus Christ, that's so stupid to say.
You didn't even say it right, but God bless. Go on.
But I see memes and clips of that guy, and he's so weird, and it's sad what's going on with that guy.
No, like, it's fake, bro. It's literally all planned. Yeah, like shit that's going on where he's crying, he's not crying. He's faking it.
Yeah, but that's what makes it weird. That's what makes
him rich, bro. That's what makes him rich.
He's gonna lose the weight. Like this is gonna be the
You're
angle.
Thinking he's gonna just lose the weight.
Yeah,
everything's fine.
I absolutely 100% do, because he's gonna hit a wall where people aren't gonna give a shit about the mukbangs anymore. He knows that. He's smart enough to know that.
And
so
then it becomes, look at my transition from ugly bastard who's 500 pounds to a skinny man who's buff.
He's going to do some crazy, probably fat camp shit.
I'm even buffer than that guy from My Name is Earl. You remember him.
He's going to record it all. He's going to have like a moment where he's like, fuck, I've collapsed. I've eaten a whole Papa John's pizza again. It'll get 10 million views every episode because I'll eat that shit up probably.
Thank you.
He's going to fucking crush it, dude. That guy will be around forever.
Yeah, he knows. He fucking knows. But the thing about difference between him, like Foodie Beauty, he does. Yeah. He did like a Squid Game one, and it was just fantastic. And he drew like the circle like on his bare stomach. It was wonderful. It was his YouTube Shorts. His YouTube Shorts channel is fucking genius for it. But like Foodie Beauty is somebody who she stuffs her face in front of the camera. Her personality is it's her personality. She's not likable whatsoever. Her whole fucking life is in shambles. She sits in her car and she eats, and she's just not likable.
There's so much garbage on her floor. Like everything.
Disgusting. And then like didn't she get her channel like nuked?
I don't think so. I missed it if she did, but like all I know is the last time I saw her, she had a new boyfriend and she was just openly fighting with him. And I was like, yeah, glad to see like this has not changed.
I think she's keeping the camera rolling because she thinks that's what people want to see. But you can tell a difference between like Orlin and Nikocado fighting, which obviously is fake. We all know it's fake.
Yeah, if you watch like a few out, like I've watched a lot of Nikocado, right? If you watch enough, you quickly pick up that it's fake. If you see one clip, maybe you believe it, but
yeah. You could see sometimes when they're about to like they're trying to hold in from like completely losing their shit and laughing. Orlin is really bad at holding in his laughter. Like you can see it kind of start to come out a little
Nick
bit.
has like so many channels too. He's got like 8 fucking channels that he uploads daily
He's got like probably
Uploads daily.
he's got his shorts channel. There's more Nikocado Avocado. There's 1, 2, and 3. So that's 5 channels.
Mm-hmm.
And then he has Cameo. And then he has OnlyFans.
And then he's got Orlin's channel.
Yeah,
TikTok.
he's got Orlin's channel. He's got TikTok. He's got
I'm sure he's on Instagram, Twitter, all the other shit.
Exclusive Patreon content.
Oh,
Dude,
God.
his
Man
OnlyFans
never
was making like
fucking
28
stops.
grand a month or some shit.
God, like, and everybody's there just out of blatant morbid curiosity. Nobody's turned on by it.
No, they are,
just-
dude. Men are fucking freaks. You know there's guys jerking off the Nikocado. They're like, yeah, put your fucking wiener in the hot dog bun. Ugh. There's absolutely a thing. Absolutely. If Boogie opened an OnlyFans right now, people would fucking sign up.
People would sign up for what I wouldn't.
Unironically. I'm telling you.
Come on, Boogie.
Dude, fucking Foodie Beauty
80% of it,
breaks in the men. And she's a fucking blob, dude. She's disgusting.
Well, the food fetish thing, like, because the girl that Nikocado like collabs with a lot, what's her name? Hungry Fat Chick.
Mm-hmm.
She's actually a fetish model.
No.
She's a real fat fetish model. Like, she does like fat fetish, like food porn.
Dude, I like her because she was like the OG.
I like her.
She pioneered the mukbang space.
She like seems like a really nice person. Like, poor thing gotta fucking change it because she's like 50 or something. Like,
yeah,
that.
you know what?
What?
I look at these other fucking mukbang channels, and it's like all you motherfuckers were skinny before you started this journey. Like even Trisha Paytas back in the day, like 2009.
She's been fat before she
kind of
did
skinny.
it.
All right, she was doing it before the cameras were rolling.
She did.
She was the OG.
She's OG.
Yeah,
I
she
find,
was.
I find people eating food creepy. I hate seeing the videos of people eating food.
Honestly, it makes me want to go eat food. At first, I'm grossed out. But
And then it's like, I'm kind of hungry.
and then it's like, yeah, maybe I should get 5 Big Macs.
There's one of a little gal. She's got like an octopus that's like trying to get away from her, and all these weird squid-looking things, like worm-looking things that are moving, and she's just chomping away on it like she doesn't care.
I saw a mukbang of a Chinese woman eating cow penis.
Nice.
Did she go head first or ball first?
She went head first. She was by the balls and she's just biting off the head. You can still find that on YouTube. It's still up. But like Trisha's
right
kind of I don't know if she's like retired from OnlyFans because she's pregnant. Like,
knowing her, she's still fucking sending it.
Prego porn like does like there's a market for that.
Yeah, is prego porn? How close is that to pedophilia?
The line
As
that
long
feels,
as she's not crowning.
that sounds
I think
very
it's fine.
close.
It's got to be kind of close. Yeah.
I kind of think like Trisha. I kind of feel like the baby will calm her down.
Ha! I think the baby will escalate things. It's gonna get even crazier.
Because I thought Lena the Plug was gonna calm down, but then she has like a podcast where they just like her and Adam just like fuck a bunch of people. So
It's the fuck podcast. Is that what they're doing?
Yeah, it's like Lena the Plug and Adam 22. They sit down with like obviously a female porn star, and
I figured they were doing dudes.
Oh, you know, Adam. She doesn't.
He's not doing dudes?
She does. He doesn't, and she doesn't. She'll do porn, but she only does it with like other females. So
so
like
it's one of those relationships.
They'll sit down and they'll talk, and then the next thing you know, it's like like they're fucking. It's like, what the fuck is this?
This is on the podcast. They like.
Yeah, this is Adam 22
and
his fiance's podcast.
Yeah.
And I thought after she had the baby, like she was gonna calm down, but
No, Trish will have a fucking video where she's like, "I'm leaving the baby on the doorstep." Like she's
gonna be like
gonna
Snooki, the baby.
Shit, when the kid gets old enough and the kid gets 16, oh my god, the videos are gonna be amazing. It's like Grandma Trisha.
Snooki or the 16 and pregnant videos, like that's it's just gonna make things worse. It's gonna escalate things.
Do you think the baby is going to mend the bridge between her and her in-laws?
No, that'll never be a thing. The whole time she raises her kid, she's gonna be like, the fucking the Ethan Klein. He screwed me, right? Fuck that guy. And that kid will be raised being like a bigger Ethan hater than Keemstar.
Isn't that so sad how like the internet like fucking like breaks up families? Okay, it's not
No,
even
the
so much
internet
the
didn't
internet.
break up families.
It's
That's
not
a
the
Trisha
internet, you're
Paytas
right.
thing, dude.
Okay, Trisha did not act alone. It was both of their shitty behavior.
Trisha breaks up with everybody she meets. She doesn't stay friends with anybody.
I know that, but like, you know, like it's not like Ethan didn't try to like push things either. Like I've seen a lot of clips of the podcast where he's trying to. He was definitely an asshole.
Yeah, I agree. There's times where it'd be like, clearly you're saying this shit to like push her buttons more.
Oh,
but
yeah,
at the same time,
she would tell him
was
to
fucking
stop.
nuts.
She'll be like, "Can we stop talking about this?" And he will keep going. Like he knew what he was doing.
Yeah,
because he wanted a reaction where she'd get up because he knew she would get up and cry and say, "Fuck this shit! I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going home. Come on, Moses, we're going home right now."
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. I
you can only do that so many times to somebody before they just say, "You know what? Screw this guy. I'm not coming here to cry. I'm coming here to work."
It's a shame because that was a fucking fire podcast.
It was interesting.
You know what? Their podcast actually crushes now view-wise still, though.
That's nuts.
It's not as popular
because it's so awful, and it's not even just like a bias. I'm not an Ethan Klein fan thing. It's actually just awful. Like it's a far cry from what it was like because it was good when it started. You know, like
it just used to be
days,
him like all peppy and happy back in the day. Like, all right, we're gonna get ready to do a show. He looks fucking miserable now.
He's awful.
Yeah, everything about him, he just looks so fucking sad. It's like, dude, like somebody hug him. When was the last time Ethan Klein got a hug?
He looks awful. He looks miserable. Like he just sits there and slouches and he's got the laptop in front of his face and he's like
he slouches much his stomach's above his head.
Yeah. Oof. And he's like, look at this person that's talking shit about me. Okay, fucking find something else to talk about. Like for real. Like half of it is, and then he kind of like breeds like this crazy fucking H3 subreddit and they're all fucking nuts. And it's just bad. Like it's sad. You know, it's sad to see.
Sad.
He's a shell of what he used to be. And actually not even that. Like that person, how he is now to what he was 5 years ago is it's unrecognizable. It's really sad.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I thought it was like 10 years ago when he was still doing fun stuff. That was 5 years ago, Jenna. 5 years.
5 years. It seems like 10. It feels like 10. I think the last time he remotely put something out that was decent was like 2017.
I mean, he was still like seen as like a god back in 2017, honestly. Like I remember I made a couple videos on him back in 2017. It was like, dude, you would get ratioed so fucking hard. Your videos would get like a strike that you'd have to appeal like every time because his fans were so rabid. And then 2018, oh my God, just people started to turn and hate that dude.
Well, do you know where it started? What started was they hadn't uploaded on the main channel for a really long time because they were focusing a lot on the podcast at that time. And then all of a sudden, everybody gets a notification that they uploaded. And then you go to watch the video and you think it's going to be, and then, you know, lo and behold, it's just an ad for their mobile game.
Yeah, they came out with a mobile game.
Okay, listen, dude, if you're going to have a mobile game, that's fucking awesome. You know what? Good for you. I respect the hustle. However, if you're just going to upload a video on your main channel, plugging that and nothing else, and you don't do any other content, seriously, go fuck yourself.
You know, he got political too, which I don't think helps. Like, obviously, when you become political, you like risk losing like half your audience.
Yeah.
You know, because obviously, like half the country's 50-50, right? Half the world's like 50-50 or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it's like you're gonna.
Real Weird Sickos officially sponsors Jesse the Body Ventura for 2024.
Yeah, I mean, so I think like that's maybe part of it too. Like, I don't know. He's just with age, he's just become more salty.
Yeah, he's very cranky.
Yeah, he has become cranky.
And he looks older than he is. You know?
Yeah.
How old is he? Is he 45?
No, he's like 32.
30?
No, he's not 32. He's like 36.
I don't think he is. I think he is 32. I'm gonna look. Yeah, look it up. How old is he?
To Google.
I think he's 36, but he's younger than Keem. That's all we know. And like Keem is looking way better than him.
Yeah, but Keem dyes his beard and all that shit. He cheats.
June
That son of a bitch is only 37 and he looks.
He's
Oh my God. I'd have told you that sucker was inching close to 50.
He's the same age as Def Noodles.
Oh my God, he is. That's right. That's another thing that happened this week.
Yeah, that's one of the
Noodles,
funnier dramas too. And Def Noodles, nobody else will say it. Def Noodles looks fucking great, man. Holy
He does.
shit.
He's not a bad looking guy.
He's in way better shape than me. Holy fuck.
He's not a bad looking guy. So it's kind of like, like bad that he lied, but he didn't actually have to because people still liked him anyway.
About? I don't know. I have no idea what we're talking about.
He lied about he's basically a decade older than he said he was.
Oh.
It's a shame the guy's just so fucking annoying. Otherwise, I feel like he'd be crushing, you know?
I do too.
He's another guy, though, whose channel is just fucking not doing well and has nothing to do with people making videos on him. It just has to do with the fucking current Alec hates drama.
Yeah.
You know, I really cannot wait for it to fucking shift. I'm so sick of it. And I think a part of it is hurting the fucking viewership of YouTube. Like, I don't know about you guys. I never watch channels that are subscribed to me. My recommended is always like random fucking shit.
Me too. I never ever get You know what? I'll put people on notifications. I can never get a notif when they upload. People that I'm subscribed to, people that I interact with, I don't see them popping up on my feed.
Yeah, subs just do not matter anymore.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I feel like they've changed the algorithm.
No, I mean, they do every
That's
year,
another thing that
this
shifts.
Has been a painful one for a lot of people.
The algorithm does shift, but I feel like the last year has been extremely hard. Since like the beginning of like 2022, it's just seemed not very pleasant.
No, honestly, it changed in fucking July or August of 2021. So it's a year now. It's just been fucking cancer.
People that have had just like these random spurts where all of a sudden there's like a 3, 4, 5, 6 month old video that the algorithm just, randomly picks up, and then it goes from a, 50K viewed video to 1 million in like 2 weeks. So it's weird.
Yeah, it's become a lot of like following trends or like everybody is kind of doing the same content for a reason. Everybody's doing internet history videos for a reason. Because that's just what's working right now. That's what the algorithm likes. So, I mean, I think part of it's good to try and play that shit. But now at the same time, like, fuck, it's so competitive over there. Seriously, what drama channels are there right now that talk about or start drama? It's just like me. I feel like I'm all alone. Nick's second channel.
It is. I feel like I'm really tired of these, like, panels.
Oh, yeah. The panels aren't going anywhere, though, because, again, YouTube's telling people to live stream on their channels.
I don't know how to feel about panels.
Panels are so fucking boring. They're so long.
Oh, God. That's the part I hate the most.
I do not have the ability to... I remember somebody, like, I said something about somebody on Twitter, and I think it might have been Stardust. And they were like, well, did you even watch the stream? And somebody linked it, and it was fucking like 9 hours long. I was like, get the fuck out of here. I'm not talking about her goddamn stream that I'm not watching. I'm talking about like her shit take on something. That's totally different, man. Like 9 hours. Who watches that shit? Who?
Yeah, the panels
like I'm on a stream for 3 hours.
Long.
Like even if I'm not on camera, if it's just voice only, just the avatar, me talking, and it's a 3-hour panel, it's exhausting. Yeah. Just to be on it, just to try to follow along and talk to everybody and keep up with what they're saying and try to be funny and interject. And it's such a weird. It's different from a podcast for sure.
Yeah, well, Sample had a panel, and I almost didn't go on it because I knew it would be like way too fucking long, but it wasn't. I had a great time on it.
It was like, I wasn't. He asked me to do it, but I wasn't barely going to be home from work at that time.
Yeah.
And
did you know his next one's going to be on 9/11?
That's going to be amazing. Maybe I'll do that one.
Yeah, it's fucking insane, dude.
He just doesn't give a shit, and that's what I love about it. But like the political ones, when the whole fucking like Johnny Depp Amber Heard shit was going on, I was over it. I muted that on Twitter. I didn't want to fucking see it. I was just not interested in, but how people can sit there and watch the case and watch like hours and hours of streams on it. Like that's fucking wacky to me.
That honestly was bigger or as big as the Kyle Rittenhouse case. And that Honestly, the Johnny Depp one blew my mind because it's like, that's not even a criminal trial. Like, nobody's going to jail over that. Like, why does everybody care about these fucking rich people?
I'll tell you why they care about these rich people. Because Amber Heard, when she was younger, people considered her to be a good-looking gal, and she shit on the bed of one of the most famous dudes in the world. Everybody likes Johnny Depp. There's at least a movie that somebody listening out there has seen Johnny Depp in. You know, because he's all over the place. Like, he played those pirate movies were huge. Me and Jen probably like him from Freddy Krueger. He was one of the mopey teens in the first Freddy Krueger. Ed Wood. He was freaking Ed Wood in the Ed Wood movie. Everybody who wants to make movies loves that movie. Yeah. You know, he's huge. He's so good and he's so beloved. And for him to be done so dirty. Like, that's the part. The media had done him so dirty. Like, look at this son of a bitch bastard. That went on
for like 4 fucking months, it felt like. It went on for fucking so long, dude.
Yeah, 12 hours of it every day, all day.
Heated arguments I would see about it. Like, people were taking this shit so personally. Like, the parasocialness was like really strong with this fucking
I can't figure out why people were on Amber Heard's side at all. She
shit on his bed. I'm sure, like, I didn't follow any of it, right? But surely the most likely scenario is that they both fucking abused each other a little. Surely.
Oh, probably.
Right?
He was a drunk and a
they were definitely fucked up to each other. That shit went both ways, obviously.
There's no way it was like, no, one of us was just squeaky clean and the other one's just crapping on the bed. There's just no chance.
Yeah, he was like fucked up on dope, passing out in his office. Which,
he looks awful, by the way.
He looked a little rough. Bad. You can clean up for the cameras and stuff, but he looked a little rough. The thing about it is once you hit a certain level of fame and success and is a beloved guy, and you're not doing drugs with Marilyn Manson and passing out in your office, like, why did you get famous? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you're like, blowing it, you know?
Yeah, you're kind of blowing it if you're not.
Like I said, the parasocial relationships that people were having with that trial and with Johnny Depp are just... wow. Like, people would, if you tweeted anything that was remotely questioning Johnny, like, they were like the K-pop stans. Like, they would fucking find you because, like, they'll sit on Twitter all day long and fucking search like Johnny Depp and go to battle with anybody that was like not going, yes, king.
Yeah, he's not going to be your friend. He's not going to go hang out with you.
He's not going to fuck you, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he doesn't. He's doing it because he wants
Johnny
to
Depp's
get back
going to come
in
to my
movies.
house next week, and we're going to play Dungeons and Dragons, and we're going to eat pizza, and it's going to be wonderful. We're best buddies. We're gonna walk around singing that song. He's my best friend. Da 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 da. He's my best friend. How much is
it just like on each side, just like a bunch of guys being like, well, you know what? Amber Heard's kind of cute, so maybe I'll defend her. Because I hear she's single now, you know? Like, her and Johnny obviously aren't together. And then how many women are just like, well, you know, Johnny, here he's single now. You know?
There's got to be an element of that.
The people that wanted to say that.
There's also an element of, like, we're feminists, so we're going to stick up for our girl. Like, how dare this abuser?
Well, the people that try to say, like, Amber Heard.
Like, make it a political thing.
The people that try to say, like, Amber Heard's, like, ugly and shit. Like, really, dude?
Yeah, that's the go-to.
I don't like her. She's
really
not my
so
type.
ugly, huh?
It's not for me, but I can see how other people would like her. Pokemon,
that's
like
so the go-to thing. Just if you are a lady online, you're just gonna get that every time people are mad at you.
Oh, yeah.
Ugly.
Oh,
ugly.
Yes.
Jeremy did it to fucking the girl from Transformers, Megan Fox.
Who the fuck said anything bad about her?
He said she looks like a cement
total
face.
B.
I'm like, bro, you're Jeremy. You know?
Oh my god.
Like Ethan Klein said Joe Rogan was unhealthy. Like, it's just a common thing.
It's just like, what? I don't get it.
It's like, Ethan, I've seen you.
Back.
I've seen you and Trisha get 2 pizzas a piece for each other. Like, you each eat 2 fucking pizzas all alone. And you buy like brownie cake with it and everything.
The brownie cake is so fucking.
It's
the cookie brownie. It's the fucking Domino's cookie brownie.
Is it good?
No, it's so fucking bomb. It's so.
Is
bomb.
it shit?
It's bomb as fuck.
I hated
I'm not
it. Like,
gonna
people
lie.
got it before around me and like, sit here, Charlie, try a piece of this. And I was like, this is horrible. I just want pizza. What are you guys doing?
Cookie brownie is fucking goat. You're out of your mind.
We got mixed reviews on the cookie brownie.
I hate the brownie. Hate cookies. hate elves.
I'm gonna look it
hate
up.
everything. Hate elves.
Order one tonight. I promise. No, so it's like it
Hate
goes back to like the
Liverpool.
fat
Hate
on
it
fat
all.
crime that you see online. Fat people calling each other fat. It's always.
I
Really
know, right? It's
interesting.
like the fat people need to
Willie
unite
Mac
for once.
is the
This
fattest
does
fat
look
bastard
fucking good.
of all time.
It's
He's
bomb.
so fat he weighs on a million
It
pounds.
was back when it was fake VidCon back in October, and all of those pictures of Diorio started coming out, and like literal fatties are sitting there making fun of Diorio, and it's like, really, dude? Or it's the people who don't. You know what it is? You know who the biggest shit talkers are the people that will never show their face online. There's a lot of people that will never. They fucking sit there and they talk
That
tons of
definitely
shit.
used
but you
to be
have
the case. I can't
no
think of it
idea.
now. Like what? Like Insa Gundam and Optimus and shit.
Well, like
I think Gundam's got pictures floating around of him on there. Like he's in a band.
I don't know. Like I've heard that he has, but I don't think he's.
Did we ever find out if Dream was fat?
Oh, he was.
He
or was that
Lard
fake?
ass.
He's fat. He's fat.
Absolute lard ass.
He at
wow.
least used to be fat.
Mm-hmm.
It was the same with the Corpse Husband. Like Corpse Husband used to be fat too.
Oh yeah, find out that dude was a big fat bastard is very funny. That's very funny.
No, he's not anymore, but he used to be. But I've heard and I've seen pictures. I mean, unless he's gotten better looking since then, like I don't know why all the girls' panties are super wet. Like over it, I don't get it.
Yeah, Corpse has the Mama Max voice, which doesn't Mama Max say he stole it or some shit?
Yeah, that's what I heard. But Mama Max,
Wake Up
he has
YouTube, just the whole second half
deep
of that
voice, but he talks normal.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, like he has a deep voice. His voice doesn't sound that much different than when he's like normally talking.
Yeah,
But,
I think I've talked to him before, but it's been a long time. It was when he did the what was that thing called? He did the hashtag. It wasn't Wake Up YouTube. It's Pick a Side YouTube. Yeah, that was the last time I talked to him. But I think in that video, he just roasts the fuck out of Corpse Husband out of nowhere.
Well, see, what he did is when he I've heard some things, and I heard he's not super nice, but
Oh, Corpse.
I don't have any. Yeah, I don't have like personal experience with him, but
yeah, I don't know him at all. I just think it's funny that he's lard ass.
I do too. And it's like, what do you think about the Mama Max stuff, Willie?
You know what? This was my thought process. When I saw the girls made an allegation video, I saw the video was over 20 minutes long, and I went, well, they all must be guilty because it's over 20 minutes, and that's just my new policy, right? If it's over 20 minutes, I'm not watching. I'm assuming you're guilty. And then Mama Max made a response video, and that was over 20 minutes. So I went, well, no, maybe he's guilty. And then I think his video got struck down, right? What happened with that?
Yeah, they struck it. Well, actually, he took down theirs because they literally like doxed him in that video. People were like, oh, well, he struck the video and it's not a good look. No, it literally like had his dox in it. So that's why he had it removed for privacy.
Yeah, I mean, look, if I'm going to be honest and not joke around, I don't know. With those cases, I don't like to get too involved because you just can't prove it one way or another. It's impossible.
It's just coming from actually like knowing him and hanging out with him. It's not something that I can see.
Yeah.
At all.
I will say having 5 girls is really not a good deal, though. That's pretty intense,
I had heard some other things, and these girls aren't the epitome of stability themselves. Yeah. So it's kind of like, that's kind of where I've been at with it. But something that he did say, like they spent 3 months making that video, and then they
spent 3 months on that dog shit? Dude, the one girl had a fucking dildo in the background.
3 months, and he spent like 3 days with his like response to it. So it's kind of like, that makes a lot of sense. Like I would think if they spent 3 months on it, would probably be a little bit more damning. But
yeah, I mean, there's shit on like both sides. Like when I was just vaguely watching through the video, where I could nitpick it here and there, but at the end of the day, man, I just can't come up with a reason. So I'm not gonna pick a side. I'm not gonna hold Max to it because you just can't know. We literally cannot fucking know.
Well, it's one of those things where it's literally like, it's situational, and it's one of those you had to have been there.
If I would give Max the same fucking advice I give all the incels, though. Meet someone in real life, for fuck's sake. What is this shit? You're like dating a girl that comes from New Zealand or whatever he was saying.
And I say that with actual love.
Guys, hello there. Also would
I
like
say
a
this.
kissy
I
feeling.
I said that to him. I actually said that to him in person. I was like, please stop with Discord.
Had to import a gal.
I love you, Max. Please stop with
Yeah,
Discord.
stop with that. Like,
No
God,
more.
you'll be so much happier if you meet somebody that doesn't know or give a shit about your YouTube life. Like, just fucking don't.
God,
You know?
talking to
Well, you
people that
can-
don't know
you
about
can-
YouTube
you
and don't
can-
give a shit.
For people that like know, but it can't be the reason.
Yeah.
If people are dating you for that reason, then it's not going to work out.
Yeah, and I'm all about if you're like a YouTuber and you got like big celebrity status and you want to use that to like get laid, do it. But if you're finding a real relationship, it's just probably not going to happen that way. You know?
It's kind of like, and it's kind of
Not that it can't. I mean, it can obviously.
right. Like people
I
can,
think it's
and
less likely.
And it's just one of those things where it's like if you actually just look at the person like a person and you can separate that, then that's where things are okay. And I
Yeah, we know some people who are most famous people in the world, and it's sort of like, well, who gives a shit? Like, I care more about it whether or not he's a pecker. And some people who are the most famous dude in the world are peckers. And some dudes who are the most famous dude in the world, it's like, no, they just want people to chill with. They want to be able to talk to somebody. Like there's guys that I know who people are afraid to talk to. And they'll say that, like, yeah, nobody ever really like DMs me anymore.
Well,
like
just from the
like we're just
instance
trading
of,
back
like-
and forth goofy pictures of spinks, like laughing with one another. And it's like, yeah, nobody really does this with me. I can only do this with other people.
From that instance, because like, all right, I'm well aware that all YouTubers are just fucking shitlords in their bedroom, right? Like almost all of them. All right, I'm completely unfazed by all of it now.
A lot of
like,
laughs memes of Lemon Party.
Yeah. Basically, what I'm saying though is like most breakups are not like, oh, we just don't like each other anymore. Let's just be nice and walk away. It's like, dude, these people that liked you because of your fucking YouTube channel, they're gonna turn around and fucking turn that shit on you. Because it's fucking relationships. When you break up, they are toxic. You know, they more than not are a little fucking ugly on breakup. So it's like, of course that shit's gonna spill out online because that's how you guys met.
I've seen relationships end quietly too.
I know, but I'm saying there's gonna be time. I think everybody's got at least one story where it doesn't.
Oh,
right?
I mean, I think that there are people that are always going to be ready to pounce.
Oh, the pouncers. The pouncers is my favorite move that people pull. Where it's like, oh, you broke up with him? I suppose I should come over and we could hang out and play a bit of tiddlywinks.
That's just like, people that
I'm so sorry, Jenna. Oh, let me come over and console you.
There are people that want like clout and shit from certain situations. And I think that was kind of funny. I think that's what people missed about when I had beef with Tipster.
What was your beef with Tipster? I remember not agreeing with you at all, but I don't remember.
Okay, here's the thing, because I don't think you kind of didn't have the full picture, and that's why I never replied to you, because I was letting it go at that point. I had made a tweet about him and his insane e-girls. It was like a joke tweet.
Yeah, you did have a lot of e-girls.
I didn't at him, but at that time he had me blocked, and I didn't even at him, and he quote tweeted it.
Oh, what was it? What would you say? Because I remember being fucking insane. What was it?
I said something about like, let's pit all the e-girls against each other, and then the winner gets to sniff his taint or something.
Was that it? That's actually funny.
That was it. That was it. And I didn't at him. I didn't at anybody. I tweeted it and I moved on. And then
I don't remember why I disagreed then, because that just seems like a joke.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you what happened. It escalated because he quote tweeted me. He quote tweeted me and said, "Oh, you're just a pick me girl, and you're just mad I didn't pick you."
Oh, and that's fucked up.
And that's when I came back and I said, that's funny because you've literally been trying to do that for like 4 years.
Right.
And I've never been receptive to you. And so everybody was like, well, where's your evidence that he did this? Where's your evidence? Dude, I'm not A-logging people. I don't give a fuck, but he knows he did it. And he's going to deny it. Like,
because you had a friend that was followed and then unfollowed by him or whatever. And he messaged her on Facebook.
No, he was doing that to me. And then he got a new account, and then he was trying to follow this girl, and she doesn't want to interact with anybody. So that's why I was like, oh, she didn't block him. And then Tommy C said, oh, well, that he didn't really friend request that girl. Where's the proof? I actually had the proof of there. And then I remember, like, I guess, like, Tommy saw it and he was like, oh, well, then why didn't she just block him? Oh, I thought the screenshot didn't exist. And then I show you something. And then everybody was like constantly like shifting the goalpost.
Yeah.
And then it was like, you know what? Fuck it. And then, you know, I didn't even expect. And then that's when people came in because, you know, he's like, oh, you're just a pick me girl.
How was your first time in the fucking dryer tumbler? It's kind of intense, right?
I wasn't.
I feel like you handled it well, though.
I didn't know what to do because it spiraled so quickly. Because then Mudahar got involved, and
did he? What did he do?
Well, what happened is that when he had done that pick me girl tweet, some other community rando said something about me being stupid and I think I'm cute or something. And then he replied to her, and I didn't even know he did this until like an hour later. He replied to her and goes, no, she's actually pretty smart. And then Tipster comes in and replies and said, oh, did she get you to pick her? And then he replied to Tipster and said,
shit.
no, we...
This got way more savage than I fucking remember.
Did. And then Muda said, no, we picked each other and called it a day. And I was like, well, now I guess we're public.
Wait, so yeah. All right, I meant to ask you. I should have asked you this earlier. All right, Muda and you go through a rough patch and break up. Hypothetical. Do you just burn his fucking shit down? I absolutely would.
No,
if I was in your shoes.
And I wouldn't do that. And here's the thing,
because I would.
This like, kind of comes. Okay, no, this is what comes back to when everybody was saying. Some people were actually saying, "Oh, she was just trying to use Tipster for clout." Okay, if I wanted to bring down somebody,
Tipster's a great person to get clout from.
Okay, exactly. Okay, if I wanted to get clout from people hitting on me, I can go back to my DMs and I can show you all the check marks that have come through. I don't need Tipster. Okay,
wait, hold on. I want to know. Spill the tea.
Let's do this. I know. There's a lot of check marks.
Yeah, are you going to spill this? I want to hear about this shit.
I've had people try to come through, but not as weird as he's done it. So it's not that big of a deal. I wouldn't have even said anything about him doing that had he not called me a pick me. Because that was
fucking Muda won the battle royale. Good for Muda. He did. And I knew he could do it.
Later on that night is when I went on stream, but I didn't know he had went on RFC and said, and somebody asked him about it.
Tipster went on RFC?
And then Tipster went on after Muda went off.
Oh,
and then,
Muda went on RFC. I do kind of remember this.
Okay, so no, he was on, and I didn't even know until somebody DM'd me and said, hey, he's on RFC right now. I was like, what? He was talking about it. And somebody asked him about it. And then he had said a couple of things, and then he went off the call. And then Tipster hopped on and said that Muda was lying. And then that's when I hopped on and was like, oh, no, the fuck you're not. Oh, no, the fuck you're not. So everybody wanted to be like, where's your proof? Well, I'm not A-logging. And you know what? It's kind of like, that's how things escalate because I wasn't. And then somebody said, oh, well, you're just making accusations. I wasn't making accusations. Like, I made a stupid tweet that he quote tweeted and it all spiraled from there. You know, this wasn't like a cancellation attempt.
It happens fast. Do you know why I think that went off to you? Is because that is kind of a more fun drama. You know?
Yeah, that was.
It's a flash in the pan.
It ended and it was like, it kind of it kind of stressed me out a little bit.
Oh, it will. That's just how it is.
Because I started seeing thumbnails and people were like clickbaiting. You know, when you see your boyfriend clickbaited, you know, you kind of feel some type of way about that. Mm-hmm. But to answer your question, if anything happened, no, it would just.
Do you know who needed what you went through?
Who?
Actman, before he got in his shit. If he went through something dumb like that, where you could know what it's like to be flooded once, and then went through that drama, I think that would have turned out a lot different.
I kind of feel like when I met him IRL and I had like an edible and I was having a really bad trip on it. I think I scared him.
Actman or Muda?
Yeah. No, I met him, like when I met Actman. I was on a bad edible. I don't really do that stuff very, very often at all.
Mm-hmm.
And we took it, and then it probably took like almost like 3 hours to kick in. Like that was like the longest time that I've ever had one kick in. And when it did, like he showed up at the house and I was like, oh, hey. And it's just just remember thinking like later on, like I felt like he was a little like, okay.
That's a fucking riot. That's hilarious.
So that's what I always think about. But like Ackman, he's cool. I feel like that whole situations do spiral because what happens is
he's a really nice dude.
He's a really nice guy. And people want to make more of a situation because I remember somebody told me that somebody said that I was like trying to be like an I am Alex. And I'm like, no.
You were what?
Oh, yeah. I was called I am Alex. I was called Anissa 2.0. Like, I can't tell you like how many dumb shit like came out of it. And it was just like, it's people just spiral and they want things to be crazier than they are. Like I had people coming into my Discord server writing like fucking manifestos about how I'm ruining Mudahar's life and everything. Like it got to a point where it was just like, come the fuck on.
A big part though of preventing it to spiral, as much as it seems like everybody else doing it, is you gotta be the one to stop. Like if you're
I totally stopped. I didn't. I think like after that weekend, I just let it all drop off. I had people adding me. I had all the fake tipster accounts trying to start shit. I had so many people trying to poke the bear and start shit with it. Mm-hmm. And then I think like the only time I talked about it afterwards was after RFC. Somebody told me Edwin was on and he was talking about it. And I went on and I talked to Edwin and I was like, a little bit more cool-headed where I was like, okay, this is what happened. Let me explain so you understand it. And that was the last time I ever talked about it.
Because too many people just keep talking. And if you keep talking, you're going to like fumble your words and then that'll create a new thing. And that like, eventually you just got to be able to fucking drop it. I wish Flamenco would do that shit too. That guy's just being getting bodied because he doesn't.
Yeah. I felt like nobody was ever going to really understand. It's my word against his. My whole thing was I didn't just one day wake up and pull like this disdain for this man out of my asshole. Like there's a reason for it. And he's denying it and that's fine. Go ahead. Like, but it is what it is. It happened. And that's why I wasn't going to sit there and try to explain to people who were hell bent on defending him because that's what happened on RFC. Like I had like Flamenco was in that call and like Matt Pitt that were like, oh no, like he was just trying to do this. Like they were talking for him and it was like, okay, I see how this is going to go.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Forget it.
Well, it's impossible. You're too like, even if you're right about what you're saying, it's impossible to kind of prove too. Cause it's just like, if he just says, oh, I was reaching out to see if they were okay. And when they didn't respond, okay, whatever. Then it's like, how do you prove that wrong?
Yeah.
It's fucking hard.
You can't. And it's just kind of like,
that's what I had.
That's why
with
you
like,
do have to drop it,
Yeah. That's what I had with my beef with like Tech. Like there's calls where him and me were in privately where he's said completely different shit regarding certain stuff. I can't prove it though. So I just got to move the fuck on.
You can't tell people and make people understand what there's no proof of. You have to go, okay, it is. And people forget about it. And when you let it die, it does die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Flamenco, like he's been trying to keep this shit alive for like, how long now?
Dude, I swear this has been going on for like 3 months. I have no clue. How old are Nick's other videos? I mean, I have no clue.
No, but I know he's making like what $20 a stream or some shit now.
Is he only making that much?
He's making crazy. He's making like for shit now. But like he's constantly like, and that's why everybody's gonna keep fucking clowning on him because he won't shut up. Like people will forget. There's gonna be something new in like a day. You just have to kind of like let it do what it's gonna do. Like people cope. I saw that with Glink. Like a couple weeks ago. Glink was like cope posting for like hours and hours and hours and hours.
He was, like, but he has now moved on, He's
moved on. Well,
can you imagine a month later Glink is still doing that? You'd be like, what is wrong with you?
What happened is like Mudahar made a video about it.
Mm-hmm.
And there was some pissed off people. So like Glink was like coping for like probably like a good like 2 days.
Because he was mad at Muda for it or whatever?
Yeah, and he was trying to poke the bear and trying to provoke some kind of response, and it was like, no, it's done. People have moved on. You can, but people that are constantly coping and they can't move on, that's what's good. That's what's going to make people laugh at you. That's
Yeah.
what's gonna make you the lolcow. Like that's why somebody like Boogie is like a fucking huge lolcow. Like it'll never end.
I was just thinking, remember when Boogie was like the super like well-centered, like happy-go-lucky gaming guy?
Boogie
Like that
was the
just in like
trending
2017. He was getting like 1 million views of fucking video and shit.
Now it's so bad.
Now
He doesn't
it's
even
so
talk
bad.
about video games anymore, does he?
What does he
like
talk
40,
about?
He gets like 40K views now.
Dude, video games are just not as popular as they were on YouTube.
He's so dead now. He's trying to like resurrect Francis, and it's just so sad.
Oh, he's resurrecting Francis?
Yeah, it's bad.
I like
really,
Boogie.
really
I think
bad.
Boogie's a funny guy. I think he's very funny. Whether we're laughing at or with him, that's a question.
I think he's funny because he's not funny
That's
anymore.
a real question.
We're not
Sometimes
laughing
I feel
with
like
him
people
anymore.
are laughing at me.
I
and not
like
with
Boogie.
me.
He's just kind of fucking crazy. When I went to VidCon a couple of years ago, now granted, this was 2019, so he wasn't like, he was still kind of like on board still.
He wasn't packing a pistol.
Yeah.
He was set up in a corner like he was fucking Santa Claus, and everybody went and said hi
What?
to him. It was so funny.
Like
He
Don
was
Corleone,
just posted
everybody
up
has to
in
pay
like a chair.
respects. Don Corleone, we pay you respect the trending game.
I
Yeah,
had heard from somebody I know that he was like walking out of Disneyland, and this is how we met Boogie. He's walking out of Disneyland, and he was sitting outside the front gate with some girl. And he was like, "Oh yeah, my name is Boogie 2988. I fucking hate myself and I want to die. And this is the girl that I pay to have sex with me." Which was obviously a meme, but like introducing yourself to people you don't know is just like that. Like I get
That's
that it's a
fucking
meme.
cringe.
Like it's fucking weird.
that
dude.
is fucking weird.
That's a bit much, Bobby.
It is. Poor, I did root for him for like a while, but I think it was after Baited that I stopped rooting for him because he was just like, Clown was just trying to get him to, I don't know, defend himself, not be a pussy. And he kept going, "Oh, you know what? I take ownership to that. You're totally right. You're totally right." You know, and it was like, dude, just fucking defend yourself. Holy shit.
I just want to like slap him awake and be like, fucking pull it together, man. Like you're good. Like don't worry about this shit.
Yeah.
People don't do that. That's I think
Do you know
I
who
wish I
broke
could
him
do
was
that with a
Frank
lot of
Castle.
people.
Frank Castle
Frank
fucking
Castle
broke that
him.
man.
You just tell people, get your shit together.
All he had to do was show up to Lightwave and it would have been okay.
Yeah, if he'd have been at Lightwave, he'd have been able to talk to artists and entertainers that were outcast from mainstream society. Don't you understand?
Oh my god, it's so funny though.
Yeah,
It's
I think
so funny.
Are we closing in on the end now?
I think we are.
I don't think I'm going to come up with anything funnier than that. That's about as funny as I can get.
Though.
This has been
good.
fun. We got to do it again. So, okay, you have a new podcast with Salvo Pancakes. Tell us about that.
Yes, Salvo, our friend of the show, Salvo.
Yeah, you guys
our guy.
got to have him on at some point.
We've been trying.
Love
He's really
Salvo.
hard
He's
to schedule
such a
with
slippery
because-
character. Slippery.
Yeah, with his work schedule and everything, he's very hard to schedule.
Salvo.
Yeah, he's a character. I like him a lot.
I love him to death.
Yeah, that'll appear sometimes this week. I got to get my my video out and then I'll drop it next because I haven't posted in a while, so I'd hate to come back with like some fucking podcast, you know?
Yeah, so that's Willie Mac over on YouTube. Everybody like and subscribe. He's got some fucking podcast. Listen
What's
to
the
that.
name of the podcast?
We haven't
Can you
figured
say?
out a name. I don't know what the fucking name is.
Well, there's your
Call
name
it-
right there.
just
Some
call it
fucking podcast.
Tubcast.
Just call it podcast?
Just call it Tubcast.
Tubcast. I know, but what if next week we aren't in tubs? What if
Oh,
next
you're
week
doing
we're
something different.
what if
every
next week we're like
week.
cooking us filet or something, you know?
The Do Stuff podcast.
The
You call it the Garfield
Fuck, I don't-
Buddies. Who
yeah.
cares?
I have
Like,
no
call it
fucking
anything you
clue what
want.
to name it.
The Cat Buddies.
Yeah, we might just call it's TBD, to be determined.
There
Yeah.
you go. Just call it TBD, not to
Whatever
be,
the name of the
not
podcast
to
is,
be
find it,
confused with
goddammit.
TBH.
It's out there. You'll find it.
I know. I don't know about this one I recorded with Muda. It might have to go on Pornhub. I'm I'm not sure.
I saw the aftermath.
hanging dong.
The aftermath of the tub was
Did you?
beautiful.
Yeah.
I saw that. That's beautiful.
This is the fucking
Wonderful.
funniest shit ever, dude. Like
There's something
Salvo
very funny
shaved his
about
legs
guys
in the
willing to
tub.
hang dong.
It did. Did he? Oh wait, he did shave his legs in the
He
tub.
shaved part of his leg. Yeah.
God damn it, Salvo.
Oh,
You know
fuck.
what? When
Salvo's so good.
jumped onto the scene, I was like, this guy's gonna fucking make it.
Salvo
Oh, yeah,
is
he
so
definitely
fucking
will.
funny.
Fucking do things, and here he is. I'm so proud of
Salvo.
him. We're proud
I
of
think
you, Salvo.
we're gonna be seeing Salvo in movies and stuff. Like he's gonna be
He's gonna
huge.
be in movies. Oh fuck!
I'd cast him in a movie today.
Well, he's gonna be the next Keemstar, and I said that. I said he's the provocateur that Keemstar was back in the day, and like,
Gets people talking.
And who is he with today, Keemstar?
He's with Keem. Yeah, he's been trying to hang out with Keem for a minute, so it's kind of funny to see this actually happen. Like Keem has really grown to like him, I think, a lot.
I knew it was gonna happen. I was like, he wanted to hate him, but I knew he couldn't do it.
Yeah. Well, dude, when he was on Augie RFC and he's talking with Salvo, fuck, dude, it was so funny to see Salvo like put Keem under the flame a little bit, like, you know, fucking with him.
He was like, I'm gonna beat your
I'm gonna
girlfriend.
beat your girlfriend.
I love it. Oh my
Going
god.
to beat a woman.
I can't wait
that
for
should have me
it.
dead. Well, thank you guys very much.
Thank you, Willie.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
All right, guys.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.